Three, two, one. Here we go!
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day number 3 here of the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour Kite Surf Discipline in Taiba on the north coast of Brazil. This is the season finale, and today may be the day where we are going to be crowning our new world champions. Out there at the moment, yesterday we made it all the way through to the semi-finals of the men, and we are going to be starting off today early with the women. But before we go out to the action, because conditions, I can tell you one thing, are looking good, let's take a little look at what happened in day number 2. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day number 2. We have come bright and early to make sure we are here with a sweet spot of the tide, and we can already see that wind is starting to filter in. We have our riders getting ready, but before we see them go into action, let's catch up with our world's title contenders.
My real name, Fu, or the one that everybody know?
I have 4.
Two different things.
My name is Sebastian Ribeiro.
For those who doesn't know, my name is Marcial Lopez Almeida.
My name is Pedro Matos.
Machu is better, Machu Lopez.
My name is James Storm Carew.
I know I have older competitors.
They're doing their job, I'm doing my job.
All my rivals are my teammates.
We talk a lot to each other.
I don't really think too much about that.
For me, finding them on the water, it's like any other rider. I'm just gonna do my best, I'm just gonna go for it.
I just try to focus on myself.
We're all pretty close.
When it's my first hit, I just go there, check the number of my hit.
But I think inside the water, like, everybody want to win.
Don't even want to know who I am against with.
And that's normal, like, that's competition. And I think competition makes us going better.
I think it's just stick to the plan. It's going good.
For me, the world title is a bit of a second thought at the moment. I just want to win this event.
Hit by hit.
It's time to show it.
Let's get it.
As the atmosphere built during an early morning skippers meeting, the clouds kept the building wind at bay and the tide continued to drop. By the time the action resumed for the remaining heats of round 3, a big spring tide was revealing challenges of its own. Smaller wave conditions and lighter winds faced riders in round 3 and 4. Swell selection was key, with the better riders able to maximize what critical sections there were, using tight kite control to stay close to the wave. In round 4, Gabriel Benetton, Camille Delanois and Kiko Roy all took advantage of their aerial skills, with slick double front rolls carrying them through. The first big upset of the competition was ranked 4th Ali Bakali lost to Kiko Roy and was the first championship contender out of the running. The wind and wave situation picked up early in round 5. Standout of the day, Gabriel Benetton really hit his stride with a double front shove it and then the fully loose, stylish Brazilian surfing against Reese Myerscott with the highest combination score of the competition with 24.40. Fast forward to the quarterfinals and Gabriel took out one of the leading championship contenders in a thrilling all-Brazilian frontside versus backside encounter. Number 2 in the rankings, Sebastian Ribeiro, was suddenly out of the competition.
Yeah, just with Sebastian, like his inspiration to me since I started kiting, and I'm a big fan of him. So yeah, I'm stoked to make this hit. I think like the hard work like that I did on my trainings and everything now is like paying off. So yeah, pretty stoked. The plan now is get to the finals and win.
The championship now comes down to Matthew Lopez chasing James Carew down. Matthew Lopez came through a tight quarterfinal against Nikola Adavjiev and says he has much more to give. Matthew will ride in the first semi-final against the Brazilian Pedro Matos. If Matthew loses that heat, James Carew will be world champion, but if Matthew beats Pedro, the pressure shifts to the second semi-final. Regardless of what Matthew achieves though, if James Carew can beat the highest performer of the event, Brazilian Gabriel Benetton, in the second semi-final, then the Australian will be assured of claiming back-to-back world championships. Should Gabriel beat James in the second semi-final and Matthew goes on to win the event, then Matthew will be on top of the world for the second time in his career. What an incredible day of action we have had here in Taiba, and already some of the big players are knocked out of the competition, leaving only two names in the world title race, James Carew and Matthew Lopez. Tune in live tomorrow as we could be crowning our world champions. And welcome everybody to day number 3 here of the Qatar Airways GK Kite World Tour kite surfing discipline. And as you can see, we are getting ready to rumble. We are going to be starting off with round number 3, heat number 1 of the ladies. As they are just getting ready, you can see we are getting Sofia Abreu and Sonia Bunter will be going in the water. And we can already see starting the athletes starting to pump up all their equipment, get all the lines on. Conditions are looking good. It's about 20 knots of wind out there already. Girls are out on their 8-meter kites as we are going to be getting started. But before we do so, it looks like we are going to go down to the beach. As I can see, Leon Dredge is getting ready to get us a conditions update and tell us how the vibe is down there.
Here we are down this morning on Taiba Beach, and let me tell you, Joe, and for those watching at home, the kites are rigged 7, 8, 9s and 10s are probably the name of the game, and you are bang on the money. 20 knots of wind is pretty much exactly what we've got down here. Skipper's meeting has been and gone. Our first couple of riders are just getting ready as the yellow flag is currently up. But as for waves, just behind me you can see we're sort of at that mid-tide state, so really nice, good, solid waves at the moment, strong wind, and one thing I know for sure is that it's shaping up to be a very good day of competition.
Thank you, Liam, and the smile says it all. We are getting ready to rumble as we're going to be starting off with the women first heat out on the water. Sofia Abreu up against Sonia Bunter. Sofia, really good to see her back in action. She is one of the top Brazilian athletes. We've seen her at events before and has a very powerful surfing style. She is up against none less and none least then Sonia Bunter, coming out of Germany, a veteran on our tour. And I know she's been putting the overtime on the waves as we are just about to get ready. As there is 1 minute, there is that yellow flag, meaning we are going to be starting very soon. With 1 minute to the start of this heat. 1 minute. There you can see on your screen that is Sonia Bunter. She is out there on the core kite. And then we are going to have Sofia Abreu, who is going to be out there. She's on the new North charge. So get ready, everybody, as we have a heat ready to start. All right, here we have Sofia. Backside. So we've got a backsider against a frontsider. Wind quite light at the moment. It does look like they're out there on the 11 meters. Sonia on a 10, Sofia on an 11, information I've been given. And let's not forget what we are looking for is the best freestyle maneuver, 5 attempts, and the top 2 waves, 10 attempts. As we are starting to get into a roll of this 12-minute heat. On the maneuver side, we are looking for execution. They're looking for the quality of the strapless freestyle maneuvers. And when it comes down to the waves, It is all about the surfing, all about the commitment, and all about the flow and the style. One of the things that the athletes were saying out there yesterday is that it is very hard to link the maneuvers together, and the judges are really taking that into account. If you can see, especially when it's these light cross onshore conditions, it is very hard to really link and join those turns and maneuvers together. If you manage to pull that off, you are obviously going to get some higher scores. And here we can see Sonia coming down the line on her second wave attempt at the moment. She is leading in first position with a 2.57. All right, so Sonia already out there with a two-wave scores, a 2.97 and a 4.27. All right, Sofia here, you can see her dropping in, but deciding against it. Sonia Bunter dropping in. No, again, deciding against that one as well. The girls are being really picky with their wave selections, but deciding to go out on this one. At the moment, it is Bunter with the lead, 7.24. And here, Sofia Abreu, one of the top Brazilian surfers. Like I said before, we've seen her at a few events, but haven't seen her for a while. Coming back and starting to have some fun out there at the moment in second position. Not quite finding the flow, not quite finding the wave she was looking for. But let's not forget 12-minute heats where they have two waves are going to be counted, and the top freestyle maneuver also. So Sofia running backside down this one, trying to stay close to the critical part of the wave. Managing to get two turns down. Are we going to see a third? She's trying. She is really breaking in the face and having a hard time there going backside. But now it seems to get her feet. Seems to be getting her feet there on that one as she makes her way out. Let's see how that is going to increase her score. There is the replay of that last wave there from Sonia. But the girls still trying to kind of mix it together, still trying to get on top of it. And it does look like Sofia is going to have a nice score coming her way. 3.93 is what is coming up. And there it is. Just waiting for confirmation on that score. 3.93. Yep. 5.16. Still in second position, but now she only needs a 2.09 if she wants to go into first. And let's not forget they have that freestyle move to be able to get down. So both of these ladies battling it out here. Round number 3, heat number 1. Season finale of the GK Kite Surf World Championship. And at the moment, two of the top athletes out there, and then we will have to see who are going to be going through, because let's not forget, we are hoping to be crowning our world champions today. If conditions seem and stay as they are, the idea is to go all the way through to the semi-finals on the women, and then it will be for the men to come out there, as we have those two big semi-finals in between Pedro Matos and Machu Lopez, and James Carew and Gabriel Benetton, the Brazilian youngster who is putting his name on the map at this event. Biggest combination heat score of the competition, and also taking out already heavy hitter Sebastian Ribeiro in the previous heats. There we can see Sonia taking a little look at the watch just to make sure that she knows where she is. And here we are. We continue on just a little bit under 5 minutes to the start. Both athletes having trouble finding the waves they're looking for to be able to get those scores. But all right, here we have Sonia. Looks like she's engaging on yet another wave. Going out in front. She needs to get down the line fast if she wants to keep herself ahead of this one. A little bit too far back. Having to loop down. There it is. Let's see if she can connect this second turn. No, it's still too far back in the white wash. And that is not going to be the score she was looking for. All right, Sofia really needs to start to get a move on if she wants to have an opportunity in this heat. She only needs a 2.09. She has had a 3.93, so more than capable of getting those scores to mix this heat up. The first heat of the morning here, day number 3. And there we can see Camila Serran out of Switzerland warming up, and that's what I call a face of determination. Camille rocking out of my hometown in Tarifa. Very talented strapless freestyler and starting to get herself together in the waves. Let's see how she does at this event. We are expecting big things from this young lady. All right, Sofia making her way back, has gone all the way out to see if she can tack her way back into the impact zone of the competition area. And she is looking and looking, taking a little look-see at this wave because it was forming nicely. Yeah, that is a good decision. All right, Sofia Andreu. Just not being able to stay on the wave, having a little laugh at it as well. And she really needs to start to get a move on if she wants to have a chance. Sonia, a little bit further up, is starting to engage on yet another wave ride. But nope. Turning against it and going for the one behind. So that turn will not count. And now her wave ride starts from here. All right, Sonia looking to improve on a 2.97. And going off after the third turn there. We can see conditions are light. Low tide is going to be around 12 o'clock today. And there we can see the Qatar flag flying high in the sky. Let's go back to the action, guys, as we have a nice little set rolling in. And maybe we're going to be able to see this final score. But I tell you one thing, Sofia Abreu is all the way down the bottom of the competition area. And I'm going to say it looks like she's lost her board. So she has definitely got to get her groove on if she wants to be able to make it through this heat, because it is going very, very slow so far. And she's taken a look, not quite sure what she's looking at. 1 minute to go. She only needs to, now she needs a 4.05, as Sonia has added that freestyle maneuver out there as a 1.5 for an air. So Sonia putting together a decent repertoire of moves. Let's not forget, a top score of 30 points is what we can see. We saw 24.07s, if I'm not mistaken, from Gabriel Benetton And here we have Sonia going down the line. This is a better wave. Let's see if she can engage on this time. Got the timing, but no. The wave, Harry Potter broomstick in her from underneath. And that is going to be a wipeout for her. But she looks like she is in a decent situation at the moment, because Sofia Abreu is out of the water and is walking up the beach. Yeah, she definitely doesn't look too happy there, as she knows that she is not going to be making it through this heat, meaning that she is going to have to battle it out there in the future rounds. So meaning she is going to have to go into round number 4 of competition, and we are going to have Sonia Bunter is going to be making it all the way through to round number 5. Conditions looking like there's some decent waves out there as the tide is pushing out. They are only going to get better. Let's not forget we have a low tide of 12 o'clock. If you are just joining us, welcome to Taiba here on the north coast of Brazil. Qatar Airways GK Kite World Championship of the kite surfing discipline. And it is just gone 8 o'clock a local time. We started off with round number 3 of the women. And coming up next, we are going to be seeing out there on the water, we're going to be having Luisa Neto from Brazil going up against our Brazilian superstar, Marcela Witt. Before we do so, let's take a little look at the highlights from that last heat. And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back as we are continuing on with round number 3 of the ladies. Coming up next, Luisa Neto and Marcela Witt going out on the beach. There are the 2 Brazilian athletes. Marcela Witt, she has won events in the past and is one of the Brazilian superstars with her own TV show and a smile 24/7. And then Luisa Neto, I saw her riding out there the other day, and this girl can throw down some moves. So a big heat, good heat coming out on the water as we continue on with round number 3. But before we get out with the action and that green flag, I can see that Gemma is down on the beach with heat winner Sonia Bunter.
Thank you so much, Jill Sonia. Congratulations. You just won that first heat. How are you feeling here in Brazil? You look very happy to be here.
Yeah, like I love Brazil so much, coming also to Taiba since 2011, and I love this place so much, and I'm so happy that we're doing the competition here. Feels like being home.
Have you been here training for a while before the event, or did you just arrive?
Yeah, just right after Morocco I went here, but I had a bad luck period, kind of like first injury, and then I had to stop training for a while, and then I came back, and now I'm back. So I'm really happy. I'm so happy to be here.
Have you been here training for a while before the event, or did you just arrive? Yeah, just right after Morocco I went here, but I had a bad luck period, kind of like first injury,
and then twice super sick. But yeah, so now struggling with the myocarditis, but trying to do my best and so stoked that I really did it.
Well, congratulations. You had a good heat. Get some rest. We'll see you after your next round. Thank you, Sonia. Back to the guys.
Thank you, Gemma. Congratulations, Sonia. All right, there we have Luisa Neto, the duotone rider out of Brazil, dropping in and joining me here in the booth, just making his way back from the beach. Liam, good morning, mate. How are the vibes down there?
Good morning, Joe. Once again, a pleasure to be up in the booth here and watching some thrilling action that's going to be taking place on another beautiful day here in Brazil. So yes, the vibes down on the beach. Put it one way, the women are very excited now to compete. They've been watching the men tear it up the last couple of days, so now it's their chance to shine. And as you mentioned, Marcela Witt here on your screen, one of the big names from Brazil, previous sort of winners of some events, so very interesting to see how she will do in this competition. But yeah, I think they're very stoked to be here. I mean, how can you not be? The sun is out. I mean, it's coming up to 8:30 in the morning and everyone's in board shorts, everyone's in T-shirts. It's the place to be at this time of year.
It certainly is. I mean, it is the water sports haven that we have here in Taiba. And here we can see Neto already dropping in. She's got a couple waves out there. Going for the bottom turn. A little bit of a foam ride off the top. Racking that kite around, but still managed to stay on there. Another turn. Hasn't quite got the speed, but managing to get linking at least some of the maneuvers together. Judges are going to be liking what they see.
I think they'll like what they see, most definitely. It's good to, you know, they use these early rounds, get a feel for the conditions, you know, how the waves are forming, what the wind is like. So a nice chance for all the ladies there to get some time on the water, and we can see a score coming in with Neto. And just nipping into first position at the moment with that 1.57, which has just changed. So there we have it, 7.30 into first position. And let's see what Marcela Witt can do on this wave.
Yeah, Marcela here, backside as well. So once again, we have backside versus front side, but digging the edge in on that one and not be able to get the turn that she wanted. Liking what I see with Luisa Neto. She is starting to push from the early seconds of this heat, making her way all the way back out, waiting for those sets to come in. 7.30 on the scoreboard. Nice way to start off your heat.
Brilliant, yeah, and she's actually staying down in Kumbuku, so every day making the travel up to Taiba, and she was a late registration for the event as well, so, you know, it's really good. We see the local riders just all of a sudden just fancying their chances when it comes to a little bit of competition. And there, little big back roll there, Marcela Witt, lovely little freestyle move just to open it up.
Yeah, grab back roll there, and we can see off of the waves, lets the kicker nice and easy, makes her way around. Marcela definitely has the upper hand on the old freestyle here, and we will have to see, because she is a very talented surfer, but backside riding in these kind of conditions are not easy. And it looks like she's signaling some of her caddies on the beach, meaning that she is going to be mixing something up. I don't know if she's going to be changing a board or something as she is running out. We can see her out there on the F1 Bandit S4 10-meter kite. And also Luisa is out there on the duotone Neo and the whip. And just waiting to see what Marcela is doing, because I'm not quite sure why she's changing to the surfboard, even if she already landed that freestyle maneuver. We will soon find out, as she is all the way up. Okay, wow, she was doing it. She's just left the board so she can run. And her caddy was taking the sprint 100 meters in under 10 seconds, that boy. And he is getting all the way up. This is what it is. Teamwork out there. Teamwork. Good riding from both of them. And now Marcela going back up as she is on top after that freestyle move.
4.33 scoring on that back roll. Little board grab, and there she is. The caddy there, out of breath. He's definitely had his breakfast after that sprint, because we might see a lot of that. If the wind does drop, we do see riders just jumping out downwind, sprinting back up the beach just to get where they want to be. And Marcela there just showing that. And since I was at the beach when we first sort of started the day, it was definitely a bit more wind. It's definitely dropped just a tad, but I definitely think that hopefully, looking at the forecast, it should just increase a tad. And as that waves and the tide hit that sweet spot, it should provide some good conditions. And here on your screen now, coming back in towards the competition area, chasing Marcela Witt by only just a small fraction, we have Neto here. So exciting stuff to see what she can do. Still needing that freestyle maneuver score.
Yeah, she needs to. Neto needs to get that freestyle up. Let's not forget, as you say, 2 waves, 1 freestyle move. Marcela getting a very nice back roll off of the wave, using the wave as a kicker. I mean, this is why this place is called a playground. You got the waves, you got the kickers. You can turn the waves into kickers, do the jumps, do the slashes, do the hacks, do the turns. That is why Taiba is one of the best water sport locations in the world at this time of the year. And as we've been saying throughout the whole stream, life is better in a bikini, and life is definitely better in board shorts.
We wouldn't have it any other way. And one thing that we did notice yesterday in the men was that the freestyle move was a big, big factor because, you know, some of the riders, you know, the freestyle is their sort of weak points and they're very much good on the wave. So freestyling, if you can get a big, high freestyle score, it can definitely help when it comes to advancing into the next round.
I mean, I think the perfect example we saw of that yesterday was Kiko Royce versus Ali Bakali. Ali Bakali getting 4th in Dakla on the waves. It was a pure wave event. And Kiko, I think if I'm not mistaken, might have even got 13th because he still is not as good in the waves. But when it comes to strapless freestyle, that boy can throw down. Here, having the mix, he's been training up in Brazil, got a little bit better at the wave riding, still has the absolute talent on the strapless freestyle. Linked it together, there it was, took out one of the probably favorites for this event.
Yeah, he was shredding over in Morocco. Very, very good to see, taking out some big, big names. Pedro Matos, he took out over in Dakar earlier in the year. But here on your screen, Neto just making use of a little bit of a wave, but going down in the whitewash, just reaching over the halfway point now in this heat. And we can see Marcela Witt here, the F1 rider. And Joe, let's have a little look at the setup that she's riding. It looks like the shadow there underneath her feet, but talk about the board.
Yeah, you can see, actually, yeah, it's very similar boards to Shadow, but that is the Me2 Pro Carbon. That is the one made by the legend himself, Me2 Monteiro. So obviously, I reckon you can pretty much buy that board and it's going to surf by itself with a guy like that under, you know, behind the development. And she's also out there on the Bandit S4, the pure wave kite there from F1. So obviously got all the toys, but you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? We will have to find out.
And on your screen, she's coming in. Let's see if she can walk the walk, because we've seen a slight increase in scores there, 8.93 now. So Neto dropping in on what looks to be a nice shaped wave, just stalling up a little bit there. Maybe the kite was just sitting a little bit too high and not pulling her along the wave. But managing to get a little check turn there at the end. Would have hoped to go in with a little bit more speed. And, you know, 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes on the clock, plenty of time. But she needs that freestyle maneuver score.
Yeah, just slipping in a score there by Luisa Neto. Really starting to get it up, waiting to try and see if she can improve on that 3.10. And once again, Marcela dropping the board so her caddy can run it up the beach. And she is looking a little bit tired there.
I mean, the caddy's going to have a busy day if we carry on at this rate with the sprinting back upwind. But, you know, if this is what they've got to do, this is what they've got to do. And you can see their face says it all. She's pretty tired. Knows that these Brazilian riders, they sure can shred. They know these spots pretty much better than anyone else. So you can't take anything for granted out there.
Yeah, you can see also just taking it easy because there is a channel all the way up here. And now even having a helping hand of making his way up. And there goes the smile. Ah, great image there. Nothing but love.
And what a place to be, you know, palm trees and cocktails. We're in Brazil, baby. This is the time to be alive, and Neto here can see that Marcela is on the shoreline sprinting. So can she make use of this little set that's coming her way? Decides against that one. Unfortunately, couldn't make the use out of the previous wave, and focus now back onto Marcela Witt, who, you know, wants to improve on that lower score, that 1.87. She'll definitely be looking to improve on that one.
Yeah, she wants to get ahead here. Obviously, she still is by 1.63 with that freestyle move. And now, let's not forget, Marcela Witt, she took a joint first in the Dakar event together with another one of the favorites, Capucine Delanoy. They are very close together, and Capucine is our current tour leader.
Current tour leader she is, and over in Dakar, Morocco, she did put on a solid performance. Definitely wants to win another world championship. Going into the event as number 1 currently in the rankings, so these girls have got to take it to her.
They are not here to mess around, and I tell you what, there are definitely no gloves on now. It is knuckle punches out there, and the claws are out and ready to pounce. Both of these athletes know how important these heats are. Let's not forget, not an elimination round out there at the moment, as whoever loses here will be going into round number 4 to battle it out to see who continues on to round number 5. But the winner does go directly to round number 5, meaning that they have a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, breather they'll definitely need, especially if they're using some of their heats to sprint up the beach. And here Neto just looking over her left shoulder, just waiting for those set waves to come. We've seen at this spot the last couple of days the waves coming through every sort of 5 minutes in proper sets. Of course, there's always something to ride and a few bumps along the way, but those proper set waves coming through every sort of 5 or 6 minutes. And there we can see a couple of caddies on the beach looking on at the action. Beautiful backdrop as well with the palm trees, but full focus now as we enter the last minute goes on this athlete here. Neto, can she get involved in this wave? Dropping in. First little turn, nice, just on the top there, just stalling up a little bit. And now Marcella Witt on your screens. Will she find another wave, Joe, just before this heat finishes?
We will have to find out. Let's not forget, she is 5th in the world, joint 5th in the world at the moment coming into this event, so she knows what she's got to do. And Marcella there just getting a couple of little more turns in. And it almost seems like someone went down there on the inside as we have the final 20 seconds of this heat. And as it stands at the moment, just waiting for scores to be dropped, it is Marcella Witt in first position and Luisa Neto in second. But will we maybe see a freestyle maneuver in these next 10 seconds, excuse me? And she's dropping in on this wave, looking like it could be a nice one. Final chance here for Luisa.
Here we go, good first turn. Keeping that momentum, keeping the power. This will score, this will count. Can she keep the momentum going? No, is she? Yes, she's still on it, putting on the engines here, and the wave just closing in off her there as she makes it towards the shoreline. Let's go and have a little look at the highlights before we chat to our heat winner. And welcome back, and there we have it. Drone up in the air, the eye in the sky, just looking down on our competition area. You can see plenty of kites rigged up and ready to go there as it's mid-tide state. The beautiful Taiba couldn't look any sweeter from above. And there, flags are blowing, waves are filtering through the competition area as we soon will get underway with the next two athletes that will be taking the water. So we're going to have Camille against Barbara. Two big hitters, heavy hitters. And there the stage. That's where all the parties happen, where the caparinas are drunk. And I can just see out of the corner of my eye that still the red flag is up in the air. So riders are making their way out to the water. And as soon as that green flag goes up, it's all systems go, go, go. And there we have it. Beautiful waves there coming in, rolling through. But on the beach, as I've just been told, we've got Gemma, who's with our heat winner, Marcella Witt.
Thank you so much, Liam. I'm here with Marcella. Marcella, you're advancing through. A little bit tough out there. The wind is a little bit light. You managed to ride well. How was your experience this morning?
I'm so happy to win. Like, being very honest, was really hard. The wind kind of died in the middle of my heat. So it was really hard to catch a wave, especially being backside again. But I'm super happy. Like, I'm Brazilian, so I'm already happy to be part of the competition, like, here in Taiba.
What do you think of the location here for our final event of the year, the first time we've been in Taiba?
It's super cool. As a Brazilian, like, I couldn't expect any better. Like, I'm super happy to be here. I feel like home. I'm from Rio, but I'm coming like here since a long time. Like, this place actually is kind of new for me, but it's Brazil, so.
Thank you so much, Marcella. Get some rest. We'll see you after the next round.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Gemma, for that. And you can see there the smile on Marcella Witt's face to be here in Brazil at the final stop on our calendar. This is the last event of the year, and it's where we'll be crowning our world champions. And we've been here for a few weeks now. You can see there good sportsmanship between the two. You know, they just love being out there and competing. That's what it's all about. Just probably going through the heat. Marcella there saying that the wind did drop a little bit during her heat. So the wind's a little bit fluky out there, a little bit up and down. And shortly we will be underway with a little bit more action. And there we are. That's us in the middle, up the top. The booth with all the talking. A great little competition site that our organisers and everyone here has put together. And we're very much excited to be crowning our champions over the next couple of days. So don't go anywhere, because competition will soon be back underway. So you can see there, ladies and gentlemen at home, the AP flag is up in the air. So we're just on standby at the moment. There might be a little mix-up and a little change of scene. We're just going to find out right now with our judges, race directors, all the team, what is going on. So please do just bear with us a little bit longer while we find out exactly what's going on so that we can inform you at home, those watching, and give you the best update as possible. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. And welcome back everyone, and that is it. We are off standby and we're shortly going to go into sequence. As you can see there on the left hand side, red flag is in the air, and there are our two competitors, Barbara against Camille, the Italian against the Swiss. And they'll be in women round 3, heat number 3, and you can see just behind the 8s, the 10s, the 11s are all pumped up, ready to go, rigged up and ready to fly. A few riders there pumping up. I think there on the left hand side, that is Capucine, who's just pumping up her North Calves, current tour leader. But plenty of action to come our way. As you're fully aware, world titles are up for grabs. And then following this heat, in heat number 4, we have Estefania Rosa against Catalina Edin. So big names in the next heat as well. Action-packed day coming our way. Very exciting stuff. You can see there our tour manager Tom and race director Juan Antonio just going through, having a little chat about the conditions out there on the water. You know, it's up and down sometimes here in Brazil. The wind can be a little bit fluky. Normally in the mornings it starts off relatively strong and then it tends to just drop down a little bit, but that actually works quite well for us today because low tide, it's a massive spring tide we've got at the moment. So as the water continues to just go out, you'll see those rocks appear And that's where it definitely does get challenging for our riders. But, you know, we're on the World Tour and we've got the best of the best here in Taiba, Brazil. So we like to throw anything their way. And there it is. Yellow flag is in the air. So very, very shortly we will be getting underway with heat number 3 of the women. And there it is, green flag in the sky, and that means one thing and one thing only. It's all systems go, go, go. So let's have a little look out on the water. Who have we got? And there she is, Camille, on your screen, the duotone rider. Been out in Taiba, Brazil for a little while now, just training, getting used to the conditions out here, because they're definitely challenging. So very interesting to see how she'll do. Was over with us in Morocco as well. Her competitor, Barbara, first tour stop of the year. For that athlete, that rider, but Camille here dropping in on what looks to be a nice wave. And let's see how she goes. But unfortunately, board just gets caught up in the white water there and just goes away from her feet. And Camille currently ranks number 5 in the rankings. So had a good result over in Morocco. Plenty to play for. It's only been a one-stop hit this year. So world titles sure are up for grabs. And here again, another duotone rider, the Barbara. Riding what looks to be the whip, the new click bar as well. Interesting to probably be on the Neos, but let's have a little peek out the window and see what kites they're riding. Yeah, definitely looks to both be on the new Neo SLS. Stronger, lighter, superior. And I'll have a little look again and see if I can find out the kite sizes. But before we do so, Barbara here dropping in. Riding backside, nice sort of carvy, open face turns there, flatlining this section a little bit, stroking the water as she goes past. Needs to get a little bit more elevated on the wave. Again, very much an open turn, not really getting that vertical, but still making use of all the conditions out there. Nice couple of turns on those waves. Challenging spot for our backside riders. But we love to throw a challenge their way. Nice bit of air, tucking the board under the feet, placing it back on the water. Thanks for coming. Signed, sealed, delivered on that one. That will be a freestyle score, and here you have your replay. Tucking the board, little 360 rotation, using that board as a chair. And they're waiting for that score to drop. A couple of scores on the scoreboards there. Both wave scores. So we have a 1.93 from Barbara and a 1.17 for Camille. Barbara there on your screens coming into the water. Maybe a slight board change there. Not quite sure. Definitely wasn't a kite change. But the freestyle maneuver still to drop. And there it is, a 7.17. Beautiful score there for a front roll rodeo. Highest freestyle score maneuver of the day in the women's fleet so far. Really stapling down, showing what she's made of. And now getting fully involved in this wave here. Another backside rider again. Few turns, yanking the bar down, creating as much force through that kite as she possibly can. You can see there, giving it full beans on the left, and really aggressive turn there at the top of the wave. And beautifully, elegantly, cleanly rides out of it. Camille Lozaran there, Swiss powerhouse, showing what she's made of. So there, another wave score to drop. Currently sitting on 8.34. That third score coming our way will definitely put her in a comfortable position as we reach 8 minutes on the clock. But we can see now Green flag going down. AP flag is up in the air, so up in the booth. Not quite sure what's going on right this second. I will find out for you watching as soon as possible, but clearly there has been a change up in some of the decisions out there. And there we have it. Flags flying high in the sky, but just bear with us while we find out what's going on down during this heat. We do see that happen sometimes. That AP flag can go up during middle of the heat. Race director 1 there. James Bond style on the beach. Great to see these riders. Heat postponed. There it is. And I've just got one of those Neos flying above our booth. It's a 10 meter. So 10s and 9s is the aim of the game at the moment. That's what these women are riding out there. Just to give you a bit of an idea at home how strong that wind is. 10 meters is in the air. So I've just been informed that we just have a minor issue with our jet ski out on the water, and obviously safety comes first all the time. We want to keep these riders safe out on the water, so we need to make sure that that jet ski is revved up and ready to go. So while we fix the ski, just bear with us and we'll get back underway with that heat.
And welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of bad news. Due to safety issues, one of the jet ski has had a technical problem. We are going to have competition on standby. Looks like we're going to be on standby for about an hour to an hour and a half. So we are going to be cutting the stream. Make sure that you follow us on all our social networks where we'll be informing exactly when we will be going back live. But yeah, unfortunately, water safety technical issues, we are going to be cutting the stream, but we will be back with even better action coming up very shortly, about an hour and a half. Make sure to follow us on all the social networks. We will see you very soon.
3, 2, 1.